First of all, welcome and thank you for joining the TSANet Connect 2.0. This webinar is really focused on the Salesforce package, but I would say if you're not a Salesforce user, it's still probably very interesting for you because this will be certainly one of many of the API integrations that we do. We just picked Salesforce as the lead package, pretty popular amongst the membership. But I think everything that you see happening here inside of Salesforce certainly could happen in Microsoft Dynamics, all the various other ticketing systems that are out there. So first of all, just giving you a quick overview of how the TSANet Connect 2.0 is set up from an architecture standpoint. You can see here in the middle, we've got the TSANet Connect system, which now 2.0 includes, in addition to the standard web app, which has been upgraded now for 2.0, we also include an integration framework. So this provides full access to TSANet APIs, also gives us ability to stand up message buses, integrate to other member systems. It's really a complete system for integration. So it gives us quite a bit of flexibility on how we integrate to the various systems. And then off to the left, you see Salesforce as our lead integration system. So again, we'll be showing you the details of that. But then off to the right, you see a standard web app member. So one of the big decisions we made along the way with TSANet Connect 2.0 was to make certain that the web app is fully featured. And what that means is if you do integrate with your ticketing system, you can still collaborate both with other integrated members as well as other web app members in the same way. So all the functionality is still supported, exchanging notes, changing case response information, everything that is supported within the API is also supported within the web app. So that kind of gives your engineers a nice consistent way of collaborating with all members, no matter if the member has chosen to integrate or sticks with the web app. So full functionality on both sides. Taking a look at the Connect 2.0 collaboration process. So this is highlighting the enhancements for Connect 2.0. Step 1 and 2 is exactly the same as it was for 1.0. So you go in, you search for a member, complete the process form, and press submit. And again, it doesn't matter if that's happening inside of your integrated system or from the web app. That is going to send a request over to the receiver. And this is where the enhancements for 2.0 come. So for 1.0, it was simply what we called an initial response. So you just got a response back from the member, and that was it. You then basically completed the handshake and you worked outside the system. So step 3 has been enhanced to also support updates to that response. So for example, the case changes, the assigned engineer changes, things like that, you will be able to update that. And then of course the big enhancement is the bi-directional notes. So now fully supports the end-to-end collaboration. And of course, if you've got it integrated into your ticketing system, that would be integrated into your case feed so that the engineer is able to kind of do everything that they need to do right within their case tracking system. So this is the updated view of the collaboration process. The other thing that Connect 2.0 now provides for is the support for all partner models. You could argue with 1.0, really the intended use case was a collaborative support model. So this is where a customer has dual entitlement with both vendors, and they come in and make a request for the other member to collaborate. So this requires the common entitlement, common customer. And this was really, I would say, the sweet spot for TSANet, because it really couldn't be accomplished with other types of collaboration methods. For example, giving a vendor access to your extranet or setting up a B2B setup between systems. So collaborative support, that of course has always been supported with Connect 1.0. But now with 2.0, we can fully support the solution support model. So of course now with the system supporting bi-directional updates as well as notes, it is a replacement for your classic give the partner access to our extranet, or let's set up a B2B between these two strategic partners. So Connect 2.0 is now positioned to kind of support all of your different partner models. Taking a look at the TSANet Connect 2.0 timeline, this is something we started back in 2022. Of course, that was setting up the technology committee, really kind of understanding, okay, what are the big things that Connect 2.0 needs to support. I won't take you through all those details, but certainly the two big takeaways from that technology committee was the need to support integrated systems, so a fully API-driven system that could be extended through members' ticketing solutions, and then the full-fledged collaboration solution, so including the notes and updates. So those I would say were the big things for 2.0. We developed the solution in 2023, and then we released a beta version in January 4th of this year. And that also included what we call an unlock Salesforce.com package. I won't go into details now for that, but I'll kind of share with you a little bit what we've been doing with Salesforce. So that happened in January 2024. We went live in July 12th with the new 2.0 web app. So arguably Connect 2.0 has been live since July 12th. So all members have access to the 2.0 web app. We've had a couple of training sessions on that. And again, that's a full-featured solution now. You can exchange notes and all of those types of things. So that happened on July 12th. We had our first update on September 1st. We have our second update that's going to take place on September 27th. That's primarily to move the solution behind Cloudflare, gives us some flexibility, enhanced security, those types of things. And then we have a update that is set for November 15th, and that will include the general availability of what we call a managed Salesforce.com package. And again, I'll explain to you the differences between those as well. So that is the timeline for Connect 2.0. And we are, again, it's not the purpose of this call, but we are also working with members for other integrations. The second system that we're working with is Microsoft Dynamics. We're also looking at some direct connect APIs into systems. So of course, there's other things going on, but this is really kind of focused on the Salesforce.com side of things. So then moving into the Salesforce.com package, just looking at the timeline here. Again, like I said, in the second half of 2023, that's really where we got to work on developing the package. You know, we had the framework was largely in place, and it was time to build an integration on top of it. And we did a few demos and those types of things to kind of get interest in it. That was in kind of the October, November timeframe. And then as you saw, we went January 4th to put this thing into beta. We've been working with two elite members to really help us refine the package, work out any kinks and things that we need to do to kind of fully support that. And that's Red Hat and IBM, and certainly appreciate their involvement in this. It's definitely have helped us push this thing forward. And that's allowed us to kind of enhance both the framework as well as the Salesforce package as needed. And that was done through making available the unlock package, which of course gives access to source code and those types of things. So that's really what we've been doing in the first half of the year. The second half of the year, we are moving to a managed package. And again, we're continuing to work with elite members to integrate both Salesforce and other types of systems. But the idea here is exiting towards the end of this year with general availability of a Salesforce managed package, which of course makes it very easy then for a Salesforce member to take that package, install it. TSANet's doing all the development, we'll upgrade it, all those types of things being fully supported. So that's where we are with the Salesforce package. If you look at the managed package, like I said, we are targeting general availability for November 15th. We will have early access to the first managed package on September 26th, so the end of this, towards the end of this week, for any beta members or any members that want to move into the beta environment. And again, I'll share with you a little bit the next steps that I suggest for that. The managed package fully uses TSANet API, so it doesn't require you to have APIs stood up in your environment. So it's kind of fully leveraging TSANet APIs. It is a complete solution that includes UI elements, so kind of out of the box, you can add these UI elements to your case thing, and it's fully functional. But one thing we did learn through working with both Red Hat and IBM is everyone has different case forms, and some of them are quite customized. So even our very small Lightning Web Component, which I'll show you that in the demo here, might not fit in a member system. So we are moving to a Salesforce concept called flow actions that really allow members to do what they need to do with UI, workflow, things like that. So make sure that they have full capability of designing into their case process. And I would say that's one of the big things that we learned along the way. At first, we thought we would provide an unlocked package so members could kind of do that custom coding and modify our package. But what we really learned is, members would like a more, we'll call it fully supported thing from TSANet, but with the flexibility to do the customization. And luckily, Salesforce has a good model for that. So we are moving to that and bringing that functionality to the managed package. So then taking a look at the Salesforce package itself, there's two pieces of the puzzle. There is what we call the case objects. So if you're not familiar with Salesforce, they have these concepts called objects. And of course, there's some child tables here. You can see what this looks like. It's kind of, arguably, all of the data that's involved in a collaboration. So the main idea here is it's leveraging the TSANet APIs. It supports obviously both inbound and outbound process. You have related response objects. And again, this could also include updates to those responses. And then there's other related notes on here as well. So this is kind of we'll call it the object that's holding all of the data. But then, of course, this data is being surfaced on the case through like case feed updates and things like that. So that a engineer doesn't need to drill into this object, right? It's all fully integrated into the case. And then, of course, there's different permissions and stuff that you can set that if you wanted to allow people to access this, for example, say they were responsible for responding to inbound requests, you could do that to like a customer service team or a management team. So quite a bit of flexibility on this object. And then we have the Lightning Web Component, and again, I'll show you that in the demo. This really provides the interface to the engineer. So they're able to see this little widget on the case, click New, search for a member. It will display the process form. Again, exactly how the process works from the web interface. You get the response back. It'll update that Lightning Web Component. Bidirectional notes are supported, updates are supported, all of that stuff being populated into the case feed. So kind of a fully integrated process. And again, this is going to be part of the out of the box managed package. But of course, if you do not want to use this UI element, you could leverage the flow actions to basically pop screens and do all these types of things within your case flow. So for example, if you did not want a section of your case form to be set up for TSANet, you could add that as an action, right? So an action could be a manual action. It could be a suggested next steps for the engineer, right? Kind of whatever your workflow is designed for. And again, that would then pop up the screens. And at the end of the day, this would show up as a related record for that case. in the same way, for example, a lot of members integrate to Jira and other types of systems. So very kind of a standard way of integrating sub processes and systems. Okay, and just I don't want to take you through Salesforce too much detail, but just give you a sense of flow actions and kind of how this works in Salesforce. And again, we suspect other systems, will have a similar type of thing. And what we're trying to do is understand and kind of come up with, okay, here's the right way to do things. And working with members on the Salesforce side of things, I think are helping us really kind of refine this. But you can see, Salesforce has a concept of creating these flows, right, which can pop screens and auto-populate information and either manually or automatically trigger things like creating records, updating this, doing that. Certainly, you could set up a flow for inbound collaboration requests where potentially it updates an existing case if it's an existing case or creates a new case if one's needed to be created. So these flow actions are quite powerful and really allows you to design what you need to design within your environment. So next step for members, and then I'll shift into the demo. So certainly if you are a Salesforce member and you are not in beta, please reach out to me. This is as simple as installing this in your sandbox environment and taking a look at it. And I suspect you've got folks that can do that without too much effort. We do make our Salesforce developer available for assistance on install if there's issues with that, Q&A for your Salesforce folks. So it's not the type of thing where this is all self-help. We do provide assistance on that. And then we either work with you on test cases or we can match you up with another member that's in beta so they can do end-to-end testing and things like that. So give you some confidence in what the solution is, how it works, get that all sorted out within your sandbox environment. And then our expectation is we're starting to move some members to production deployments in the November-December timeframe. And of course, that's a combination of working with TSANet and the member because we do need to follow your Salesforce deployment stuff and move you also from our beta environment into the production environment. There, of course, is quite a bit of flexibility here. We've been talking to some of the members on, if you're not comfortable in, launching this to, all 10,000 users within a large company, you could certainly limit it to a set of pilot users. And the other, I think, important thing too is it's not one of these hot cuts, so to speak, right? The web app remains available. Both can be used at the same time. So it's not this, we need to shut off this one thing and the other thing needs to work flawlessly. We need to have every single item flushed out. The two can coexist naturally. So I think it gives members kind of a nice, safe way to move this in, get some feedback, iterate, and then move it to production. Okay, so I'm going to switch here to do a quick little demo, and then we'll open it up for some Q&A. Okay, so again, I'm sure this is a very bland view of a case form. I know everyone has things much more customized than this. But what I wanted to show was, here's a Lightning Web Component added to the case. So I can go in here, and this is a new case for a customer, and I'm in a situation where I want to get a collaboration going. Again, the nice thing about this is I can collaborate with any member, right? So I don't know, and I don't really care if this member is integrated or not, right? The process also fully supports the custom fields. So for example, pull up NetApp here, and you can see, right, it's got their product area pulled down, and serial numbers. So all of that stuff that is important and you've experienced through the web app to make certain that the right information is coming is available through this as well. Okay, but let's just collaborate with my demo Cisco here. You can see it's auto-populating information off the case. So again, that's one nice benefit of an integrated solution. Select my priority. And I'm going to go ahead and submit this. And you can see it was successfully submitted. And at this point, it updates the widget. And again, you don't need to use this widget. It could be a related object here that again is populating the information here. You can see here it's starting to populate my feed as well, right? When things are going on. And then I'm going to pivot over here to the web app. And again, this will hopefully give you a sense that this does not need to be another integrated person. So say this is you just collaborated with another web user. I can go here. I can respond to this case. And then I'm going to send the request back. Okay. And at this point, you can see it's changed to accepted. I can get this within my feed as well. And then at this point, I can exchange notes as well, right? So and then what you'll see at this point, again, is I can go into this case and I can see my note come in here. And again, fully functional, you know. And again, it's going to update not only the web app, but the feed, as well. So you can see this information coming back in straight into their case. So very natural way for the engineers to do a collaboration request. They're not spinning out of their system. Everything is all fully integrated to your environment. Okay, so that is really it for the outbound. For the inbound, very kind of similar. So let's just do an inbound here. Again, I'm going to do. We added a bunch of custom fields here for testing. Okay. And again, this part of the system could certainly be fully automated with flows. But what I'm going to show you here is just a quick little view within within this. Let's see, let me go back to the TSANet cases. So here's my new inbound. And again, I can drill into this, see all the information that was sent in. So everything is there. I can either create a new case or link it to an existing one. Just in the interest of time, I'm just going to go ahead and link it to an existing case. And then you can see at this point, I can go ahead and respond to the other member. And kind of two things are happening here, right? One is it's going to show up on my related case, so you can see that happening. But then also me as the submitter on this side, I am getting this response coming back. And again, same type of thing, right? We can add notes from both directions. So no difference in whether you've received an inbound or made an outbound. It's still fully integrated to your case. You're getting the all the feeds and stuff from this. You can see also that you could certainly do multiple collaborations per given case. So say you needed to collaborate with two members on this. So quite a bit of flexibility as far as engaging different members and what you need to do. Okay, so I think with that, what I'm going to do, we got a few minutes for some Q&A, so let me switch back here and see if we have questions. I see, Jenny, you got your hand up. Let's see if I can unmute you. I'm going to allow Mike. So if you want to ask a question, I'm going to unmute you, but you can also put something in the chat too. I'm happy to go into the chat, but let me know, Jenny. You might be able to go off mute now. If not, then populate it, put your question in the chat. That would be good. Reporting. Okay, so here's the nice thing about reporting. You know, we've always had well, I'll call it the basic reporting in TSANet Connect, right? So if you go into TSANet Connect, you know, of course, you can go in, if you're an admin, you can go into reports and you can, you know, define your start and end and export the details, you know, out. But of course, this is showing you all the information which we have in your system, which is kind of the metadata and then the linkage to your case. So really to get, you know, interesting reports like how long did it take us to escalate and how long did it take us to fully solve the issue, you really had to kind of match that within your ticketing system. But of course now, all of that's in your native reporting environments because this data, right, that's part of the TSANet cases and that case object, you can see it's all fully linked to your case. So whatever reports you're running today against your CRM or ticketing stuff, it would be extremely easy to enhance that to include TSANet stuff. So I think they're reporting stuff now obviously natively supported within your environment versus fish it out of our system and run that as well. But good question. Any other questions? We've got another minute left. Okay, well, I say if we don't have any other questions, then my big ask for you is certainly if you have Salesforce, reach out to me. Love to have a conversation, see how we can get this in your sandbox environment. I think that the next step certainly, you know, you're sitting here on this type of call, you know, maybe you are the Salesforce admin, you can make those decisions, but more than likely you got to go and have a conversation with your IT group. And usually the very first thing, you know, they're going to want to do is give it a test out, right? So whether You can talk them into installing in their sandboxes, or we can give you access to a sandbox as well, right? So whatever we need to do to kind of help your IT team get comfortable with this type of thing and move you into production is certainly something that we're going to do. Okay, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it down. I appreciate everybody's time. And if you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to me. It's just paul at tsanet.org. Thanks a lot and have a great day.